Having issues on the Blackstone with, burnt food, blackened stuff that you didn't want blackened. I'm going to tell you all about 4 mistakes. I'm going to tell you how to fix those mistakes today. After that, you're going to be some kind of griddle pimp. Let me tell you. Let's get started. Mistake number 1, your griddle's too hot. Look at all this steam. Look at all this stuff. Your chicken is black and not cooked in the middle. Where's this chicken at? This chicken's at 120 degrees, but the exterior is hard and black. The griddle is at 536 degrees. Your griddle temperature for cooking chicken really needs to be 400, 425 or so, and get that nice golden brown, cooked evenly all the way through. What you don't want is black chicken on the outside and raw chicken on the inside. You could get somebody sick, you can get somebody hurt. So that, my friends, a griddle too hot is not good. But hey, I can tell you how to fix it, all right? So let's take this piece of whatever and put it right there. So we have a hot griddle. So number 1, I'm gonna turn the griddle off, all right? I'm gonna turn it off. And here's a cool tip for you to know, is my griddle hot? And the smoke is a little bit of an indicator that it's hot, but you can also take just a little bit of, you see that right there? Whenever that water is dancing like that, that's an indicator, all right? Now, you're gonna say, well, Hussey, how do I get the griddle top to come down in temperature so I can cook on it correctly, all right? 425, right? Well, water, again, water is your friend. Just like that. Water will also remove heat the fastest of anything. So you put you some water on there, wipe it off. All right, it also helps get a lot of that burnt oil that's on there. It also helps to get rid of that. Let's see what our temperature is now. So we're at about 350 degrees, give or take. I got here on the front, it's kind of hot right there. So about anywhere from 400 to 419 degrees. Came down quite a bit from 550, all right? So now we're at a great operating temperature for our chicken. So let's make some good chicken. Start out a little bit of avocado oil, not a lot. Spread it around. As you can see, nothing is smoking. Take our chicken patty and we cut it. Sorry, my neighbors have got a souped up blower. The thing has a cam in it, okay? Also, I wanna note, while I'm waiting on these guys to finish up, it's been a minute since I have said, hey, I got shirts. This is one of my shirt designs here. You wear it out when you're griddling, so everybody knows you're a griddle pimp. And there we go. Nice golden brown, not black, not raw. Looking at 165 degrees there. Well, 164 degrees. So there you go. Much better. It's gonna be a much juicier. Look at all the juices coming out of that. So there you go. Too hot. It's not burnt. It's not raw in the middle either. It's gonna be safe, it's gonna be flavorful most of all. If you need those griddle references and meat temperature references, they're down below and in my YouTube shop. So number 2, too much oil or butter. This right here is what I see a lot of people, they use a lot of oil. And what happens is it goes everywhere on your griddle top, and it might be some over here, pulled up over there. This does 2 things. Whenever it's pulled up, it's actually starting to try and polymerize to your griddle top. A lot of people, whenever they scrape, they might see some brown and they think, oh no, that's rust. It's not rust. That's just old oil grease that has tried to stick to the top. It looks like seasoning, but whenever you get at it real hard, that is actually just caked on oil, butter, grease, whatever. It's not real good. It flakes off, not good for your food. That's why you got the little black flecks everywhere. So to fix it, really, you just need a little bit of oil. It's a big surface. I know it's really easy to go really heavy-handed, but you really only need little, like half a teaspoon or so of your avocado oil, which is what I use a lot, or avocado olive oil blend. Just a little bit goes a long way. Mistake number 3, you don't cycle your burners. What's that? Oh my gosh, cycling burners. Whenever I figured that out, it was like angel sing. What that is not everything got to be on high, and all the burners don't have to be on the same one. A lot of times, if I'm searing meats, this right here will be high, okay? high, high. These will be my cooler zones, left or right and left, however you're going. But hey, you see these right here? You got this one, they're all on high. Turn that down, turn that down. And if it's just crazy hot, guess what you can do? Turn these suckers off. Turn them off. A little bit of this heat, it's all going out. It's all trying to go out. So this thermodynamics is just kind of here and it's pushing out here to the sides and to the back, keeping this side a little bit warm, keeping this side just a little bit warm. You can choose to do, you know, hot zone here, cool zone here. I mean, you got 4 burners on a 36. If you got a 3-burner 28 or 2-burner 28, again, you know, you just manipulate it differently there, left, right, etc. But cycling your burners and just letting it cool off. I got a little bit of smoke going right here, okay? If you don't need that, if it's 500 degrees, turn it off. Just turn it off, turn it back on. Just having that little bit of a know-how, understanding how your griddle top works is just a great asset to your arsenal. Mistake number 4 is not cleaning your Blackstone in between cooks, or if you're doing multiple things at one time. Let's say you're doing fried rice, okay? You got your, you know, your proteins that you're getting down, or your vegetables first. You know, before you put the rice and stuff down, you know, you want to clean the griddle. And I'm gonna show you how I clean my griddle just in between. Let's say, well, I got this blackened piece of chicken right there. And then I got this good piece of chicken that I just cooked for this demonstration. But listen, you don't have to clean the whole griddle, all right? So I got a little bit of mess right here. I'm just gonna take a little bit, just kind of steam it and clean it. So you wanna try to get at that, okay? Now, you're ready to, you know, have your zone cooking. There we go. I like like a terry cloth, cotton towel. And check this out. Now you're ready to go. You're ready for your fried rice, or you're ready for whatever that's going on this other side. Ready to go. Put your little light oil, get your temperatures to where you need to be, and cook some good groceries. And in between cooks, you know, if you're putting this thing away, let's imagine this is ready. I just cleaned it. I like to just take a little bit of spray. This is just the Blackstone spray. You can use, you know, the spray in the baking aisle, a Pam or whatever. Take you a paper towel or, you know, a terry cloth, and just kind of wipe at it. And you want to make sure it's nice and just thinly on. You don't want to pull that up, especially if it's on, because like I said, it'll start polymerizing on you, and then, you know, it'll start building up some gunk. There we go. Look at that. That's how I would do it, you know, in between cooks. And before, that's how I would do it, like while you're cooking, you're getting ready to start another dish or part of the dish. Guys, I want to take this time right now for my own ad. I never hardly do this. But I want people to know about all the cool things that I have on my website. Number 1, I got a lot of freebies. Yes, freebies. There's a lot of printables for griddle temperature, meat temperature, what oils to use. There's also a recipe card. There's all kinds of cool things and freebies. And that is right on my website. There will be a link down below. If you want my seasonings are also on my website that is available to you, and I ship those things lickety split and fast. And we got physical magnets in case you want these things right onto the side of your griddle, your smoker, your refrigerator, stove, your microwave. I just want to use this time to say, hey, check out my website, get what you want. If you got a question, email me. I'll return your email. I appreciate everyone giving me a look and supporting me thus far. Now, last but not least, I think this might be over 4. I think I said this was 4, but you know what? I'm a giving guy. I love you guys a lot, and I want to make sure you make good groceries, knowing what oils to use for what you're cooking. Yes, I have a magnet for that. I have a reference for that. I have a downloadable item for that. It is right here. I don't have the physical magnet yet. Just designed it and just getting it printed right now. It should be available at the time of this video release. Basically, use this as a guide to what oils, what fats to use, on what, okay? So if you're doing eggs, I like butter on eggs, king of flavor. It's not real hot tolerant, okay? You really want to go 325 max with that. And my personal favorite, I'm not gonna go into all of it, but is avocado oil. It is one of the most heat tolerant oils that you can use, and it's kind of like a catch-all for me. For high heat cooking, avocado oil. Low heat, you know, use that butter, or you can use like a ghee or clarified butter or an olive oil. So there you have it. There's the 4, 5 tips, whatever, I don't even know. I never keep up with these things. I guarantee you take these rules, tips, tricks, and save them, know about it. I guarantee you'll make some good groceries in no time. Hey, I appreciate you and love each and every one of you. Thank you. All right, y'all, we back. We got the souped up blower again, boy. Bing, 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 bing. Boy, listen to that thing, boy. She's rolling. It's like wing, wing, wing. We filming today, though. It's good stuff. I also want to know that those guys, they're doing their job. I think it's funny. That blower is so stinking loud. It sounds like it needs to be on a dang drag strip somewhere. Just bang, 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 bang. Those guys are totally good. I actually talk to them a lot. I give them food sometimes, so don't think that I dislike those guys, because they're great guys. So they're just doing their work. But it's just part of the job. You start filming, things start happening around the neighborhood as soon as you fire the griddle up. So here we go.